Hey everybody, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Uh, good, good, Mike. Today
Well,
we're celebrating Remembrance Day. It's coming up in a few days. So we're going to start the show off with a movie or a film that I did. It's called Hearts of Stone. Um, you may find it a little cynical in some ways, but it was a poem that I wrote because my son had gone to Afghanistan.
mm,
And when he came back, when you know somebody who's been at war personally and you hear their stories, and this was in Afghanistan, so it wasn't so long ago, you hear their stories, you kind of wonder sometimes, what were we fighting for and what's it all about? It
yeah.
seemed a lot clearer back in the old days that we were fighting for freedom. And I suppose we all like to think that's what we're fighting for in any war, but things change, governments change, and politics are involved. So this is a poem I wrote about that, but ultimately to honor those who have fallen and those who fought in the wars.
Thank you, Mark. So, Hearts of Stone.
Politics mocked our plight. We learned to defend and to fight. Greater glory made it right, but will we make it through the night? We fought afar in foreign lands for freedom and for weaker hands. Bombs exploded and bullets flew. One by one death ensued. I laid there still among the rocks, my heart beating like a clock. Blood poured out upon a stone. I never felt so all alone. Someone remember me, I cried. I really tried. I really tried. But all we seem to do is die and never question why. Your sacrifice was not in vain. War is lost if nothing's gained. Hearts of stone are to blame. Love puts it all to shame. Even through the pain, loving memories will remain, etched in time to atone. All love's lost to the hearts of stone.
Oh, there we have it. Hearts of Stone by my brother, Mark Williams.
Mhm.
Mark, that's a very powerful film.
Oh, thanks.
You said, some might think it's cynical, but I thought it was very honest, from the heart.
I used a phrase in the poem that the hearts of stones are to blame the government. Um, but it came at a time when even the Americans looking for that you know what was it
Osama bin Laden.
yeah, and the mass destruction weapons that were never found. You know that governments play their own game, and unfortunately, some of our young people and older people who go to war end up being the pawns for that. And But at the same time, I believe that they go to fight for something that's good. And Whether there's politics involved or not, I know they're putting their lives on the line and for us. And I think that's important to remember.
Well, I'll show you my film. My film, similarly, it's a tribute, a Remembrance Day tribute, and a personal one as well, to our grandfather, who was in the First World War.
Yeah, I can actually, and the viewers probably can see our grandfather there that you're talking about in the back behind you, eh?
Yeah, that's right. That just right there. That's my grandparents there. Our grandfather William Williams, and our grandmother Madeline
Yes.
Williams. And I also, feel for Madeline and all the women, the girlfriends, the wives, the sisters, the women who were behind in constant fear that they would get that horrible telegram or visit, to be told that their loved one had been killed in action.
Yeah.
So I'll show you that film.
Hmm.
It's called Only Remembered.
Fading away like the stars in the morning, losing their light in the glorious song. Thus would we pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered for what we have done. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for what we have done. Thus would we pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered for what we have done.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there. Only remembered.
That's a beautiful film, Mike. Like really beautiful. It's first of all, I love the music. The song, I don't know where you came across that, but the song was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, the pictures at the opening, that quick transformation of our grandfather as a young man, younger than us, you know, I mean, just a young man in his 20s, and then suddenly transformed with a uniform, and then those war photos, which depict the many men, but it's hard to pick out their personalities. You know, once they're dressed in those uniforms and their tin hats, there's a kind of sameness about them, you know, when you
Hmm.
look at them.
Hmm.
And I just want people to remember that they're all individuals. Each one of those soldiers is somebody's son or brother or cousin, or you know.
Yeah.
And I just also, more locally, I just paid tribute to the 149th Lambton Battalion, which was the battalion that Grandpa signed on with. You know, originally he was with the 27th Regiment, was barracked in London, Ontario, and then later at Camp Borden. Before taking the train, they're all going down to Halifax, and then they took the troop ship over from Halifax to Liverpool, and then you know encamped in England before going to France.
Hmm.
But yeah, so anyway, just a bit of a tribute in remembrance.
Yeah, very good job. Nice.
Thank you. So that's our two films, Mark's Hearts of Stone and mine Only Remembered. Our two films this week paying tribute as part of our Remembrance Day tribute to the fallen soldiers of the First World War and all wars. But our films particularly thinking about Mark's son and our grandfather, our kind of personal connection to that
Hmm.
time. And I hope that it's a time that deserves to be remembered so that hopefully we can avoid, you know, going to war again.
Yeah, and if you want to watch these two films again and some of the other ones from season 1 and 2, just remember you can go to justaminutefilms.com. That'll take you guys to the YouTube channel, and you'll see the playlist of all the films. I think we're close to almost 40 films now, 38 films, and yeah, so I hope you enjoy watching them.
Yeah, well, thanks, Mark. It's been a pleasure sharing these
Yeah.
films today with you and with our audience. Okay, Mark, thanks a lot. Looking
Yep.
forward to seeing you next week
Yep.
and for our last show. But until then, this is Just a Minute Films. I'm Michael Williams,
And I'm Mark Williams,
and
and
we
we're
got
the Williams brothers.
that's the best we've done so far, I think.
That's
Getting the timing right.
yeah.
Okay, goodbye for now.
See ya.